Can I come in?
Please. You may like to introduce yourself to all of us.
Sir, my full name is Waqar Sarwar. My hometown is Larkana. I have been living in Texila since 2003. My father is working as an APS in heavy industries Texila, and my mother works as an HST in Larkana. I have completed my education from High Tech University in mechanical engineering in year 2019. My achievements include winning robot sumo competition in the university, and apart from that, getting first position in final year project. And that's my introduction, sir.
So you have done your mechanical engineering.
Yes, sir.
What were your subject and what was your optional subject?
Sir, my optionals were political science, US history, constitutional law, gender studies, and governance and public policy.
How many amendments have been made in the US Constitution so far?
Sir, there are 27 amendments. 26 amendments.
26?
Yes, sir.
27 or 26?
Sir, I think it's 26.
Recheck kar lena.
Okay, sir.
What is the difference between governance and good governance?
Sir, good governance has some factors which are accountability, transparency, rule of law, inclusiveness. It is responsible and it's effective. These any governance which has these kind of factors, it is described as good governance.
How you will define public policy?
So public policy is all those actions of any body or any institute which decides in the matter of the public. For instance, we have a fiscal policy where government decides that how they are going to charge the revenue and how they are going to spend the revenue. On the other hand, we have some policies regarding our foreign policy, that where government decides that how they are going to conduct the relationship with the other states. So these are included in the public policy.
Can you tell us the salient features of Pakistan Constitution?
Sir, Pakistan has the Constitution of 1973. It is parliamentary form of government. Apart from that, sir, it has federation where there are 4 federating units, and sir, it has separation of power. And we have separate judiciary. And
how do you see the future of artificial intelligence in your life?
Sir, we already are seeing the first example of artificial intelligence in the form of the chat GPT, which has made education quite easy and accessible and responsible, where we can get exactly what information we are looking for within seconds. And if the things go like these, we will be having tremendous impact in our lives in the form of social, economic, and new jobs will be created, and there will be more effects like in the job education sector. We can be using this artificial intelligence for teaching purpose. So these are the impacts which AI will be having in our life.
Welcome to CSPs Academy for CSS PMS preparation. CSS PMS तहरीरी इम्तिहान के तमाम मज़ामीन की ऑनलाइन और ऑन कैंपस तैयारी के साथ साथ सब्जेक्ट सिलेक्शन, असाइनमेंट चेकिंग, क्लास टेस्ट, मॉक एग्जाम, इंडिविजुअल टीचर डिस्कशन और फीडबैक सेशन का इनकाद किया जाएगा। इसके अलावा FPSC की तजवीज़ करदा बुक्स से बने मयारी नोट्स और CSPs पब्लिशर की बेहतरीन बुक्स मुहैया की जाएंगी। रजिस्टर नाउ एट 0316 570-1593.
How do you see the future of democracy in Pakistan?
Sir, currently the situation is quite bleak. However, I think there are, in the future, I'm optimistic about it, because at this point, we are seeing that the politicians have come to the table and they are talking with each other, and even the Supreme Court, which usually does not show that much flexibility, but at this point, the judges, they are also showing some flexibility in their decision and allowing the democratic forces to take place. So I think we will reach some consensus, and in the future, Pakistan can have a healthy democracy if we come to agreement at this point of time.
Waqar, the prevailing political position and the constitutional crisis, most of the time people think in a very pessimistic way. This is the response which you are giving. But if I ask you to give me the optimistic view, how you will describe it?
Sir, I will say that if we look into our history, we have faced martial laws 3 or 4 times. And apart from that, we also saw the indirect military intervention in the political affairs. But at this point, people are realizing their rights, and they are realizing the role of their institution, and they are asking questions. They are holding these electable bodies accountable. So I see that in future, this will lead to a better kind of democracy in our country.
I think this thing is something very important, the second part which you have made, because in the first part you were giving a very bleak picture. When I say, we say future of democracy, so I can say, in my view, I see a institutional fight. Parliament, judiciary, executive, they are finding, जो है ना सारा check and balance theory, so that is being applied at the moment in your own country. So ultimately, they cannot go beyond constitution.
Yes, sir.
They cannot go beyond constitution now, because everything is in the Supreme Court. Who is going to defy it?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है ना, तो think in this way कि इसके पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव दोनों एस्पेक्ट्स को जो है ना इन व्यू रखो. और do you find any role of social media in politics now?
Sir, in recent years, we have seen that role of social media has greatly been increased after the coming of Twitter and Facebook, and with the advent of PTI that has used these tools to its advantage. Now we are seeing different parties using social media to propagate their narrative and influence the policy in their favor. Like we are seeing that whenever there is some kind of political action happening in the country, at that time some trends start trending on the Twitter which support different parties. Every party tries to propagate its narrative and try to reach as much message as it's possible to give weightage to their own narrative of these things happening. So social media is also playing a great role in our at this point of time. It is playing great role in the current scenario of the Pakistan.
Turkey is going for general election on 14th of May. Turkey.
Yes, sir.
Do you know?
Yes, sir. I do.
So what is the scenario there?
Sir, the scenario is there that Erdogan, he has been in power for too long, and for that purpose, to dethrone him from the power, the opposition parties had joined together and elected a joint candidate which will run against President Erdogan. And there were recent news that he was quite sick, and that's why he couldn't continue his campaign. But now, since he has returned, I think the competition will be quite tough, and we need to see that who will win this time. There are chances that he might be replaced.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Well, Waqar, you read political science. You opted this as an option subject.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell what is self-rule?
I'm sorry, I'm not aware.
Okay, what is a dominion state?
Sir, it was demanded by the colonies of the British, and in this dominion state, they had greater autonomy as compared to the current the situation that was prevailing at that time. Like in Nehru report, they had asked the dominion state so that they can control all the more function would be given to the people of the colonies as compared to the Britishers.
Okay, what Pakistan achieved being a dominion state?
Sir, after the independence, we were in the dominion states till 1956. So at that point, I cannot recall any positive. However, there were some negatives because when Governor General Ghulam Muhammad dissolved the Constituent Assembly.
In which year?
Sir, I think it was 1955.
1955? What is principle of parity?
Sir, it was that both, if I'm correct, that both the units should have equal representation in the National Assembly.
Who proposed this idea?
Sir, I think it was Muhammad Ali Bogra. He gave Bogra formula, and according to that formula, both the if both the assemblies are lower house and upper house are in a joint sitting, then both the seats will be equal. Seats of the both wing will be equal.
Because you see, Athens, under the Solon's constitution, reached at its pinnacle. So that is why it's remembered around the world. But gradually in Athens, they developed a hatred toward the democracy. And you may see this hatred in the political thought of Plato as well as in Aristotle. Can you explain why Athenian peoples develop a hatred toward democracy?
Sir, I do not have much information about that, but I do know that before in the life of Plato, there was rule of 30 tyrants, it is said, and which had greatly impacted the life of Plato and his political thought. And apart from that, we also saw that the teacher of Plato, Socrates, he was killed by the democratic institution. He was given death sentence through hemlock. So we can say that because of these events, it had impacted the life of Plato and the later philosophers, and they had little contempt about the rule of masses.
Give your career a boost with CSS PMS preparation from Civil Services Preparatory School. Join CSS PMS for on-campus and online classes. Join us for your bright future. Civil Services Preparatory School, Jeetan Markaz, Islamabad. Register now at 0316 570 1593.
What is the idea of nocturnal council?
I'm sorry, sir. I am not aware.
Okay, do you see any aspect of political philosophy of Aristotle in the political system of United States of America?
There are some aspects. Like first is that Aristotle thought that democracy controlled by the middle class would be best suited. So we see that he didn't favor aristocracy, and neither did he favor a democracy which was based on the lower class. So we see in the United States, the people, they have better condition in the living condition than as compared to other countries. So we can consider them as kind of middle class. So at first feature is this, and apart from that, sir, other features is that he said about active citizenship. Aristotle talked about that. So we see that people of the USA are more active in politics and in the citizenry affairs as compared to the other countries. And so he also pointed out the value of property, that property is necessary, so people should have the property to learn the management of the estate, affairs of the state. So all these factors we can see in the USA politics at this time.
What is the role of Guardian Council in Iran's constitution?
So Guardian Council, its role is to elect the supreme leader, and if he commits some wrong, then they will remove him from the office. And apart from that, they also has the power to select and choose those people who will be running for the office of the assembly and for the presidency.
Okay, my last question. What do you know about the second battle of Panipat?
Sir, second battle of Panipat was fought by Akbar on one side, and if I'm recalling correctly, it was Hemu on the other side, and it was won by Akbar, who then went on to establish himself as the greatest king of the Mughal dynasty.
Thank you.
Waqar, who was the first female prime minister in subcontinent?
Sir, I think it was Indira Gandhi.
And the second one?
Sir, it was Benazir Bhutto.
And the third one?
The third one, sir, I think it was Hasina Wajid.
Wajda Yar, Hasina Wajid.
Sir, I don't know about, I know only about Hasina Wajid.
Who were the first three caliph of Umayyad dynasty?
Sir, if we talk about dynasty, then the first was Hazrat Amir Muawiyah Radhiyallahu Anhu, second was Yazid, and third was Muawiyah II.
Welcome to CSPs Academy for CSS PMS preparation. CSS PMS तहरीरी इम्तिहान के तमाम मज़ामीन की ऑनलाइन और ऑन कैंपस तैयारी के साथ साथ सब्जेक्ट सिलेक्शन, असाइनमेंट चेकिंग, क्लास टेस्ट, मॉक एग्जाम, इंडिविजुअल टीचर डिस्कशन और फीडबैक सेशन का इनकाद किया जाएगा। इसके अलावा FPSC की तजवीज़ करदा बुक्स से बने मयारी नोट्स और CSPs पब्लिशर की बेहतरीन बुक्स मुहैया की जाएंगी। रजिस्टर नाउ एट 0316 570 1593.
Muawiyah II?
Yes, sir.
Or Malik?
No, sir, Muawiyah II had ran a few months.
Tell me the three characteristic of character boxer in your favorite book, that is Animal Farm. Who was the boxer?
Sir, boxer was a pig, and
Pig or horse?
sorry, sir, he was the horse. I'm sorry. So, sir, he was committed to the principles of the revolution, and he put all his energy to see that the revolution and the ideals for which the animals had fought the revolution, that he wanted to see them succeed. And he played a significant role in the making of the windmill, so that it could benefit the all the animals. In this book, sir, George Orwell from the
Who is the boxer of this current situation of Pakistan?
I can say
The public
bureaucracy.
bureaucracy
Yes,
or
sir.
public?
Bureaucracy, sir.
Okay, what is the total tax collection target for financial year 2022-23?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not aware about it.
Okay, what are the major sources of revenue collection in Islamic financial system?
Sir, in Islamic financial system, the first and the chief is the zakat. Apart from that, there is ushur, khums, and
What is the number or amount of ushur on irrigated land?
sir, there are two types. First is which is irrigated by the rain, and then second is which is irrigated by the well. So in the one is 10% by the rain, and other is 5% by the well.
5% or 20%?
No, sir. The well is if you irrigate with your labor, then it is less as compared to the rain.
One is 20, the second one is 10. Achha, tell me the name of 3 prominent leaders in Pakistan movement. They belong to the Sindh.
Sir, for first one is Qaid Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Second is Ayub Khodo. And
Okay, my last question is that what is the role of member of Electoral College after the oath of president in USA?
sir, they don't have any role after they have voted for the president.
Then they
Then
go
they
to
are-
their home?
Yes, sir.
They have given some responsibilities.
No, sir. They don't. They are not given any responsibility. As for-
Then why they spend a lot of time and energies on the election of the president?
Sir, because it was the procedure that was established by the constitution makers. They were not in favor of direct democracy, direct voting for the president. They thought that okay, people will elect someone and he will decide that who shall be the president of the America. But with time, this system has become more direct, and now people themselves decide. But this convention is still there, that there will be electoral college who will be electing the president. But as of now, it doesn't serve any suitable purpose apart from electing the president.
And my last question is, what is spoil system?
The spoil system was established by Andrew Jackson in the United States of America. And the system is that the party which comes into the power, they will give post of the government to their people, political party, their own members. And whichever party will come, it will take other people away from the office and put their people into the system.
And the last question is that the few days ago, our Prime Minister has visited the Goa. Goa city is located in which state of India?
Sir, I'm not aware of this state. I think Goa itself is a state, but
Yes,
I'm not
Goa
sure.
itself is a state. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Let's conclude this formal interview. Let's have an informal discussion. आप अपनी self assessment करें 1 to 10 के scale में. How much marks you will give to yourself?
Sir, I will say is on the basis of this performance 5 or 6.
ठीक है. हमने भी यही दिया है तुम्हें. And you are good in comparison to lot many candidates from Sindh. But I think you need to prepare yourself a little bit more. एक तो ये है कि अपना जो इंट्रोडक्शन है उसको 1 पेजर लिखो और एक छोटी ऑब्जेक्टिविटी पैदा करो, ठीक है ना. और कोई स्ट्रगल ऑफ लाइफ, अकम्पलिशमेंट ऑफ लाइफ, इफ समथिंग इज देयर, उसका एक टच दो. दूसरा है कि पुराने 3 महीने के न्यूज़पेपर निकालो. कब है इंटरव्यू तुम्हारा?
Wednesday, sir. Wednesday.
वेडनेसडे, तो अभी 3-4 दिन है ना.
3-4 दिन.
तो 3 महीने का अखबार निकालो और उनके इंटरनेशनल न्यूज़, नेशनल न्यूज़ और लोकल, उनको तो एक दफ़ा ऐसे स्कैन कर लो ताकि याददाश्त तुम्हारी ताज़ा हो जाए.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है. नोटबुक तो बनाई हुई होगी,
Yes, sir. I am
उसको भी रिव्यू करो. लेकिन अब जहन में रखना ये है, इंटरव्यू की जो स्ट्रेटेजी होती है इसमें होते हैं पॉइंट्स, बंदे को जहन में रखने पड़ते हैं. रिटर्न में तो आपको बैठ जाते हैं, सोच सोच के लिखते हैं. यहाँ वो नहीं है.
ये इशू है.
यहाँ इंस्टेंट जवाब देना होता
Yes,
है.
sir.
तो एनर्जी क्राइसिस पे 2 पॉइंट, वाटर क्राइसिस पे 2-3 पॉइंट, एक इकोनॉमिक क्राइसिस की बात हो रही है, इकोनॉमिक चैलेंजेस की बात हो रही है, तो 2-3 आपके पॉइंट हो, तो ये अपने जहन में रखना है। ठीक है ना। तो इस पे गुज़िश्ता नेक्स्ट 2-3 डेज जो है काफ़ी है तुम्हारे पास, यानी संडे, मंडे, ट्यूसडे, 3 दिन है। 3 दिन में अब रिवाइज ही करना है ना, तो सिर्फ पॉइंट वाइज तैयारी करो, ताकि तुम्हारे जहन में पता हो कि को पूछेंगे, वो कहेंगे आप कोई इकोनॉमिक चैलेंजेस बताएं, तो कहो जी इन्फ्लेशन है, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट है, पॉवर्टी है, इलिटरेसी है, समथिंग लाइक दैट।
सर इसमें एक इशू तो ये चले, क्वेश्चन अगर आपको थोड़ा सा आइडिया हो किस टाइप के क्वेश्चन आ रहे हैं जो आपने प्रिपेयर किया हो, तो उसमें तो 3 पॉइंट्स तो आप बता सकते हैं जल्दी।
हाँ हाँ,
कोई ऐसा क्वेश्चन आ गया जिसके लिए आप प्रिपेयर नहीं थे, तो
नहीं
3
तो
पॉइंट्स
अगर
सोचते
कोई
सोचते
जवाब आता है, लॉजिकल आता है, कॉमन सेंस की बुनियाद पे आता है, तो वो आप जवाब दें।
तो या फिर ये एक पॉइंट बंदा स्टार्ट कर दे, फिर तब तक दूसरा सोचता
हाँ,
रहेगा।
हाँ, होता है इसी तरह है बाबा, होता है इसी तरह है। ये जो हम गुफ्तगू कर रहे हैं, मतलब इंस्टेंट आ रही है, कोई प्री एम्प्ट तो नहीं कर रहे होते ना। अब आपसे जो सवाल पूछते हैं इंस्टेंट ही कर रहे हैं, इंस्टेंटली आप जवाब दे रहे हैं, तो इसी फ्लो में जाना है। ठीक है ना। और जो चीज़ आती है ज़रूर उसको टाइम लें, जो चीज़ बिल्कुल नहीं पता तो उस पर कोई बहस ना करें, एक्सक्यूज कर लें। ठीक है ना। तो यू आर वेरी गुड कंपैरेटिवली, यू आर बेटर लॉट वेरी। और ये उशर जो है ना, अफसर जो पूछा था वो है 10% है इरिगेटेड लाइन पे, 10% ऑन इरिगेटेड बाय रेनफॉल 10%, और 5% है बाय इरिगेटेड आर्टिफिशियली। नहरों से जो है उस पर 5% है,
ओके सर।
और जो रेन से है उस पर 10% है। ये मैं अभी खोल के देख रहा हूँ। ठीक है ना। बस ये गलती ना हो जाए, ठीक है ना। तो बाकी ठीक हो, यूर गुड, तुम्हारे पर्सनैलिटी इज फाइन, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल तुम्हारे बिल्कुल ठीक है, नथिंग टू वरी, यू आर इंटेलिजेंट, आंसर आप ठीक दे रहे हैं, कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल है, जिन चीज़ों का पता है। तो बाकी छोटी मोटी चीज़ें होती हैं, करंट सिनेरियो पॉलिटिकल देख लो, चाइना पाकिस्तान रिलेशन देख लो, अफगानिस्तान चाइना देख लो, अभी आए हुए हैं फॉरेन मिनिस्टर्स यहाँ, तो दे आर डिस्कसिंग दिस, चाइना पाकिस्तान अफगानिस्तान इकट्ठे हो रहे हैं, तो चाइनीज आर पुशिंग अफगानिस्तान के टू स्टेबलाइज करो, और स्पेशली ये जो सेंट्रल एशिया का रास्ता है उसको वो दे वांट टू इंश्योर।
फिर आप जब आए थे ना, आपका जो इम्पैक्ट था पर्सनैलिटी का, मैं आई थॉट कि आप बहुत लो रहेंगे, लेकिन आपके आंसर्स ने वो एक इम्प्रेशन जो है ना वो चेंज किया। मैं जहाँ तक आपको एक चीज़ बताता हूँ, अगर आप कुछ अर्सा पहले आए होते ना, तो आपकी जो फाइनल प्रिपरेशन है ना, इससे कंपैरेटिवली बहुत अच्छी हो चुकी होती। आपको अपने ग्रे एरियाज को एड्रेस करने का मौका मिल जाता। आप थोड़ा सा लेट आए हैं यहाँ पे नाउ। अब तो जो है हम आपको यही चीज़ कह सकते हैं कि अब आप फुल नींद पूरी करें। ह्यूमन ब्रेन जो है ना जितना रिलैक्स होता है ना, ये समटाइम्स हम सोच रहे होते हैं कि हम भूल गए, चीज़ें भूलते नहीं है। ठीक है, जब आप उस कंडीशन में आपको आंसर्स आ जाएंगे, आपने आंसर्स अच्छे किए हैं, और बाकी जो चीज़ें थोड़े से अभी आपको लगा है ना ग्रे एरियाज जो हैं, उन पे थोड़ा सा मोटी मोटी चीज़ों को दोबारा से पढ़ लें। ठीक है, कुछ आपने आंसर्स छोटे, ठीक है, गलत आंसर ना करें, छोड़ दें। ठीक है, अब नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट क्रिएट ना करें, बाकी जो आपने आंसर दिए हैं वो अच्छे दें।
बाकी यार आप बहुत अच्छे हो, बहुत अच्छे हो। मैं तो कहूँगा कि आप क्योंकि सिंध रूरल से हो, यू कैन गेट वेरी गुड पोजीशन इन सिंध रूरल एज वेल। बस फर्दर जैसे सर ने कहा है, अपने थोड़ा सा एनर्जीज पे काम करो, अपनी नींद पूरी करो, बाकी यू आर गुड। थोड़ा सा अखबार जैसे सर ने कहा है वो पढ़ लो। जो अभी आपको लगता है हमने कुछ क्वेश्चंस किए हैं वो आपको आंसर्स नहीं आते। अब बक्सर का जो करेक्टर था ना, उसने तो बहुत ज्यादा सेक्रीफाइसेस दी थी, तो ब्यूरोक्रेसी हमारे यहाँ कौन सी सेक्रीफाइसेस दे रही है? दिस इज द पब्लिक जो है वो, इसके साथ हम आपको इसकी रिजेम्बलेंस कर सकते हैं।
ओके सर। सर वो मैं इस पॉइंट से
इज ऑलवेज रेडी टू हेल्प द अदर, ऐसा ही है ना, तो ब्यूरोक्रेसी करती है
सर। इंटेंशन तो यही है हमारी अभी फिलहाल।
ठीक है, बाकी आपने ये इलेक्टोरल कॉलेज वाला इसने जो आंसर दिया ना, मेजॉरिटी लोगों को नहीं पता होता। आपने बहुत अच्छे आंसर्स दिए, बेस्ट ऑफ लक।